Okay, shalom family. We're going to get started making some cinnamon rolls. So I've already measured out my flour, which is 2 3/4 cups of flour. To that I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to set this mixture right here off. Well, before I do that, what I want to do is add a little bit of something that a lot of people don't use in their cinnamon rolls. They normally go on donuts, and it's ground mace. You don't taste it, you taste it, but it's not a profile that you can just readily identify. So I just put a little bit. I put a fourth of a teaspoon. Is that fourth of a teaspoon is what I used. And so we'll just set this off to the side. I'll give this a mix in a minute. Moving on to our wet ingredients, though, or to build our yeast. Let me put the salt away so I don't think I forgot and use it again. Is we're going to do the same with our yeast. Let me pour some of that water out. 1 second. Okay, for our yeast to bloom, same process. You're going to add in your milk, and for measurements of my milk, it is a fourth of a cup, and then I'll add a fourth of a cup of water. Like so. And I'm going to add just, I'm going to warm this on the stove and get it up to temp. And I'll be right back. The same as I did with the bread. Let's check the temperature of our water and milk mixture. And yeah, it's still way too warm. So we're going to allow that to cool down a bit before we add in our yeast. We don't want to kill the yeast. Okay, so now we're ready. We're going to add a teaspoon of the sugar to our milk mixture while it is cool enough to add in our yeast. And then we're going to add the yeast in. Give that a mix and allow it to bloom just like before. These processes don't generally change. Okay, like before, I'm going to cover this with saran wrap and allow that to bloom. Just like so. Okay, family, so our yeast has finished its blooming or proofing, depending on where you're from and what you'd like to say. But it's complete. Now I'm just going to add in to this. I'm going to add in let's do the sugar first. Let's add in the rest of our sugar. And give that a good mix and stir. I've melted 2 tablespoons of butter in the microwave. We're going to add it as well. Now y'all know I was going to get the rest of this butter out of here, right? Okay, just like so. And one large egg. I'm going to go ahead and add it to this recipe as well. Don't throw it away. That's calcium for my garden. And I'm going to give this a good little mix, like so. Get all of that very well incorporated. Okay, and then I'm going to move some of this out of my way. I'm just going to transfer that into a bigger bowl because I need to add my flour to this now. Okay, so we're going to add the flour in a little bit at a time and kind of whisk as you add it to get it all incorporated. You're going to use your whisk for as long as you can, and then you're going to switch to your hand tool, which is your hands. And I'm going to grab a glove again for one side of my hand, or one hand rather. Okay, I think I'm going to stop right here and grab a glove because I'm at that point. 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to just mix for as long as I can with this. And then we're going to go ahead and switch over. And remember, I still have more flour to add to this. Okay, let's get this out of here. Okay, so we're just going to get all of that out of our whisk, which I probably shouldn't have never tried to use this particular whisk for that. I should have. What's the point in having a dough whisk? Actually, 2 dough whisks, and then I use this thing. Come out. Give me my stuff. Just trying to hold on to it, family. Okay. Okay, it tried to win, but I think I beat it. I think I did. I sure think I did. Okay, so I'm going to add in more flour. And I'm just going to keep adding my flour until the dough is incorporated. Just keep going. It'll all catch on. Okay. So I think I have put in as much as I can take with this particular dough. So I'm not going to force it and cause it to become tough on me. So we're going to flour the surface just a tad bit more like before with the bread. And we're just going to knead this out. Just like so. Just keep working it. Like I said, the flour you need in these recipes, you have to feel with your hands. You can't just always go by what a recipe calls for. So if it calls for 2.5 cups of flour, you may not need that, depending on your environment and how much humidity or whatever is in your particular atmosphere. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, family, so our dough is rested a little bit, so I'll just put some sweet almond oil in this bowl, and we're just going to put our dough into the bowl and move it around in here a little bit to get it good and oiled up. And so, like the bread, this now have to sit and rise. I'm sorry, you couldn't see what I was doing. This dough has to sit and rise, so I'm just going to take it and throw it over the same cloth with our bread. Okay, I forgot to record. And this is, I've added to this bowl 2/3 cups of sugar. I've added I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of butter to this. But I'm just mixing it as, now I add just actually granulated sugar as well. And I just used about 2 tablespoons, I would say, of granulated sugar. And I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract and 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. And that's your filling. I'm going to also add some raisins, only on one end, because I'm the only one that like raisins in my cinnamon rolls. So yeah, so now I'm going to go ahead and melt my butter, and then I'll add that. Okay, this is my 1/4 cup butter. I'm going to go ahead and add it. And yeah, it did run over in my microwave a little bit because I added too much. And my brown sugar, my vanilla extract, okay? And just want to mix this up. This is like a wet, dry mixture, I guess you could say. But it's the inside of your cinnamon roll. Okay. That's it. So now I'm going to wait on my dough to finish rising. And we're going to move on to the next step. I may add a little bit more brown sugar because that's a little dry. A little wet for me. Time to make more brown sugar. this in. All right, I'm gonna make it work. Don't worry, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Trust the process. Alrighty, so now we're gonna just wait on our dough and then we'll come back. Okay, so our dough is ready. So now we're just gonna roll this out into like a little rectangle. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn and keep going. Okay, just like that. Sometimes I can get a perfect rectangle, sometimes I can't. So, yeah. Come on, y'all. Act like you know. All right. Okay. Well, that's it for us in our little rectangle. So, 1 second. Okay, so we're gonna put a little butter on a silicone spatula, and we just want to go over our dough like so. Get it all over so it can receive have something for our brown sugar mixture to grab a hold to. Like so. Okay. And now we're just going to mix and spoon this in. On top, this is our cinnamon brown sugar mixture. Okay. And with that same spatula, we're just going to come and press this in. Like that. Spread it around. Come with some more. Let's just put it all on here. Okay. And I know this is really thick, but remember this is sugar, so most of this in the oven will melt away, or melt in. So it's not going to remain thick like this once you, you take it out. I don't mind it. Like I say, I have an inner fat girl, and baby, sometimes she speaks loud. I guess she's speaking loud right now. Okay, try and press that as close to the edges as you can without going over, like I just did. Okay. Press it in good, get it good and compressed. And now I'm going to sprinkle me a little bit of raisins. Like I said, I like them. Just on this one little end for myself. Can't do all that work and everybody reap the benefits and the things that they like. You want to like a few little treats too, right? Yeah, I do. Okay. Now you're going to just roll. You can roll it tight. I would roll mine tight as possible. And you're going to lose a little filling. Just kind of scoop it back in there. And keep rolling. And rolling. There we go. Okay, I lost quite a bit, but 1 second. Okay, and how we're gonna actually cut our cinnamon roll is with simple, what is this, dental floss. It works absolutely perfect. Don't reinvent the wheel if you don't have to. And just slide it under. I like to come in halfway, twist it across it, and pull. You get good clean slices. Go to where you want your first cinnamon roll to be. Do the same thing and keep going. So as you can see, these are going to be some big boy cinnamon rolls. They're not going to be them little rinky-dink you get in the store from Mrs. What's that woman's name? Starts with the B. I'm not going to call it. And like so. Okay. So I just have my dish lined with parchment paper. And we're just going to lay them in. And any little bit that you lose, just kind of take them and flop it right on back in there. These end pieces, I just leave them like so and keep going. It smells just like a bakery in here today, you guys. I mean, with the Hawaiian hamburger buns baking, and now the cinnamon rolls, it absolutely smells like a bakery. Okay. Whoops. Hold that right on back. And I'm not going to get too out of that because it's an end piece, so we're just going to leave it. And these two have a pan to themselves. I might move some over because I know we're gonna need to let these rise one more time so that they don't get bunched out into each other. We'll do 4 and 4. How about that? Okay, cover these with the towel and allow this to rise one more time. I'll be back. Family, I'm so sorry. I forgot to record. But anyway, the cinnamon rolls are in the oven and they're baking. And the cinnamon rolls are out of the oven. When I put that cream cheese frosting on here, baby, it's going to be on tonight, y'all. It's going to be on tonight. And here is that cream cheese frosting. It's just waiting on it to cool. It's saying, go on and cool out so we can get eating. Go on, do it. I dare you cool out. Yeah, I know you're talking to it, frosting. Just hold on. And it's done.